Welcome to the recap of round number 5 of Canadian Chess Championship 2025. I was playing with white pieces against Brandon 10, 1960, and I started with e4. Once again, probably will have to play knight f3 or let's say d4 in first move, because I gotta make it a bit more difficult for my opponents to prepare for myself, because when I play 4 on the first move, basically every time, I make it very easy to prepare against me. So yes, gotta change something, but alright, c5, knight f3, d6, takes, and once again, Najdorf. I have Najdorf in 4 out of first 5 rounds. And yes, great. Just gotta study. Not Najdorf, but in general, I have Sicilian first. In first 4 games, so it's really tough, honestly, but yeah, it is what it is. If5, knight f3, and bishop is7. So so if you watch the recap of round number 1, my opponent actually played b5, and the game continued like knight d5, and then I think bishop b7 was played, takes, bishop c4, bishop b7, bishop b5, king c7, and now castle, takes, queen c6. This is how the first game went, and we transposed to the following endgame where I had some chances, but just didn't use them. And here I just blundered a piece. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Knight h8, knight f4, and turned out that the knight on h8 is unfortunately being lost. But let's get back to this game once again, kind of same line, but bishop e7 played instead. So I go g4, bishop e6, g5, knight f d7, bishop e3, b5. So I briefly checked the lines before the game because I saw that he's playing Najdorf, so I don't really know what he will play against knight f3 line. So I'm basically on my own now, and I forgot that knight d5 should be played first. I decided to play a4 because it looked logical, because if b4 is played, I go knight d5, and now I got an advantage. So knight c6, bishop c4, tough decision. h4 is what computer recommends to play first, but I play bishop c4, knight c5, and now, yeah, once again, I'm not sure why, but I can't calculate the lines. Apparently, after bishop c5 and takes, this d5 square is just locked forever. No matter the weather, it's locked forever. Yeah, it's just a very good position for myself. Like, I'm not sure. I was worried about d4 square. Like, I wasn't worried about anything else. Let's say he goes knight a5, I might even go rook d1, and I keep a slight advantage, or I might go h4, and after castle I can go long castle, and somehow it's a very good position for me, just because I have control over crucial d5. I might play b3 in the future. c-file is locked, and potentially I want to start an attack on king side. I go queen e2. I was like, okay, if knight e4, I just go bishop b6 and I win the game. I attack knight, I threaten this fork. So queen a5 was played, and once again bishop c5 was possible. I considered it during the game, and I thought knight e7, and I was like, I calculated till this point, and I was like, this might be a great position for black, because I don't have enough pieces to attack. I also calculated king c4, but I was like, even this, like, what am I supposed to do? Or how computer says rook h f8, and after knight d2 I might even consider going knight d4. And yeah, my king is still in the center. If I go castle now, queen a4 is gonna happen, so I still gotta be extremely careful. Computer suggests short castle, and I don't know what happens here, but it's a wild position. So I go b3. I go more solid way, but I kind of weaken my dark square. So maybe b3 is kind of bad, and it kind of played some role in the future of the game. D takes c5, and now castle. And if knight d4, I just takes, king b1, and if queen a4 I can go knight c7, so this can't be played. Queen c5, I might even go for something like b3, and I keep my stable advantage. I have control over d5, so barely any problems. So I go b3, bishop d8, knight d2, knight e7, and just, I'm not sure why. I think I saw the move, but I just was scared of different things. But f4 is just insane. The problem for black is I don't necessarily even have to go short, like long castle. I might go short castle, or I might just keep my king in the center. But f4, and the position is completely winning for white apparently, and that's the best chance I've had in the first 5 rounds. I was never better in the first, let's say, 5 games. And finally I got a chance. And I felt during the game that this position shouldn't be good for black pieces. But once again, I should play f4. I gotta take this risk upon myself. But yeah, I go simple. I go basically long castle. Still good position. Castle. And now once again I saw that I can just take and bishop e6. Knight e6 necessarily I don't think it's good, because I go knight c4, but after takes e6, queen g4, and I have a solid advantage once again. I'm threatening to take on c5, and then let's say he goes rook c8, I might just go, yeah, just knight c4. And I think there's knight a4, queen e6, king h8. Oh, wait, what am I even talking about? What knight a4? What am I? Yeah, you see, I just came from the game. I can't even think right now. Yeah, knight e7 once again could give me a lot of advantage. I play h4. I thought h4 is fine. Yeah, I just, it's just some psychology thing, because it's clearly I'm not in form. I can find good moves, and yeah, I go king b1, king h8. So now he had knight e4, and I spent some time analyzing what's gonna happen, because I saw this line and I was kind of scared, but I was like, maybe I go knight d2, but then I found kind of d5 and looked scary. I also looked at queen d3, but once again d5 seemed very, very dangerous, because now, let's say if I take, there is rook c3, and suddenly the position is just open. So I kind of saw it and I was like, ah man, ain't no way I'm gonna lose this one. But I was kind of lucky he didn't go for it. There's still a lot of refutations, a lot of interesting lines. He goes king h8. He goes king h8, exactly with the idea of going knight e4. And I'm not sure, I played h4 to play h5, and I didn't play h5 because I was too worried about this move. Now knight e4, bishop d5, knight d6. I actually spent some time looking at this line, but am I just winning? Man. Because knight d4 is the only thing I was worried about, because if takes bishop f5, I was like, I might even take and go knight d4, and I should have an advantage, or queen f3 just to attack this one, and g6. Now I have knight d4. And then let's say if takes bishop g5, there is h takes g6, and I'm completely winning. Oh man, h5. And yeah, I was only worried about knight e4. Knight e4, knight e4, knight d5 maybe? h6, g6, bishop d5, bishop d5, knight d6. I always have knight d6, and suddenly I'm in a good spot. Rook c6. Oh, so this is a threat. Rook c7, rook h4. Rook h4, yeah, I mean, yeah, again, like, I'm looking at the game, I played more solid. And once again, yeah, as you can see, I'm playing very solid, I'm playing very calm. I'm just, it looks like I'm just trying not to lose, Like, I could play h5, I could play f4, but I just don't seem to find this active moves. I just can't explain, like, h5. I also calculated queen f3, which... Oh, now, yeah, queen f3 actually doesn't work. Takes, bishop f5, bishop c5, king c5, knight d4, bishop e4, and once again go queen f4. Computer thinks after e4 is best, but it's hard to determine what was best, because let's say, yeah, I mean, c file is locked by my bishop, but I really want to set up some checkmate time. And you know what? I'll show you what I calculated, because I took on e4 and I was like, okay, there's like some tricks. So f5 takes not this way. Rook f6, bishop d3, g6. So let's just skip a move. Let's say rook g1. Wait, rook g1, or doesn't matter. Rook g1, a5, h5, and now rook f4. And now I can take rook e4. So for some reason I thought, yeah, I'm just dumb. So my idea is bishop h7, but I've never had it. I thought I'll skip a move. Let's say bishop p6, bishop p7. I don't even have this, but nah, man, what am I even calculating throughout the game? Like, yeah, I'm just out of shape. I can't see tactics. So you might ask me, what happened? So queen c5, knight e4 takes. I went for queen f4. After x4 was passed, f5, and now for king g4, computer gives white advantage. But once again, you know, maybe there are some ideas of going this way. Again, it's very hard to accomplish that, because at any point of time I can go rook d3, rook f3, and I kind of keep control over c3 and d4 square. So there are no resources for black. So he goes f5. After takes, rook f6, I go bishop d3, attacking the pawn on h7. If he goes rook h6, that's too passive. I can take, I can return, and then there are a lot of problems. But g6 is of course being played, and now we go queen e2. You once again might ask why you didn't take on a6. I was calculating rook f4, and after queen e2, I thought rook c7, rook f7 is coming. I was like, what am I even doing? h5, there is g5. And bishop d3, I even thought of different g4 ideas, and I just couldn't come up with a good solution. If h6, rook h1, still equal, still very equal. Like, I also thought maybe, you know what? I thought after bishop a6, rook f4. So wait, bishop a6, rook f4. Queen e2, and now after rook c7, let's say bishop d3, I thought that there is some e4 after bishop e4, bishop f6, and I was like, how do I keep myself alive? Because bishop is just too active. But then I still have queen d2 and I control everything, but during the calculation you can't really figure this out. So yeah, this bishop on f5 looked extremely annoying, so I just didn't want to do it. g6, queen e2, bishop b6, h5, g5. Yeah, now it's just equal. Like, I'm even slightly worse. Like, now I have to take, but once again I decided not to. Rook c7, because I thought if I'm going to wait, oh yeah, just rook f8, and I thought I might get in danger, something like g4, or once again e4, g4 maybe, or just h6, and there's not much I can do. I go bishop b4, I don't take on a6, and after a5, king d3, I offered him a draw and he accepted, and I kind of knew that I'm worse. King d3 is just a terrible move. I could play something like a lone rook d3, but it now looks like I'm actually a lot worse. Like, now I have to play h6 myself, and yeah, maybe I should have done h6. If queen c3, I can just go maybe rook d3, queen c5, rook b1. This is something that I calculated actually, and yeah, I also thought maybe there is some g4 and then rook f2, just kind of try to get some attacks, but apparently I'm still fine. But yeah, another draw, 4 draws in first 5 rounds. And yeah, I haven't played an opponent above 1960. All the opponents were either 1960 or below, and I can win. That's a bit frustrating, that's very disappointing. I'm losing a bunch of elo. But yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about elo too much, because yeah, if I can't beat those guys, I just don't deserve it. But yeah, I mean, just a tough tournament overall. Have 4 more rounds left to go. I can't even talk right now. Yeah, a bit frustrating, but that was so far probably like the best chance I had as far as accuracy goes in this game. Let me quickly. Oh, finally a terrible game. 81.6 versus 83.9. Finally a terrible game. Yeah, but yeah, after those 96, yeah, and this is by far the best chance game I've had in this tournament. Like I had advantage at least, and then I kind of gave it away. But yeah, in other games, like my opponents played perfect, and yeah, it was really tough to find my chances. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the openings I play or just like I'm getting unlucky with the guys who somehow play the best chess in their life, but yeah, it's just tough. Yeah, this is just a terrible game. Like 81 in classical game is just awful. 83.9 by my opponents. It is what it is. I'll see you in the recap. Round number 6. I have only one round next day, so at least some relief afterwards. At least some rest. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.